Hello, we're to the Top Class Champ Car Series here, live for the Indy 500, a full 500-mile long race here at the famous Indianapolis Motor Speedway. As these guys are currently still out there qualifying. I'd like to welcome here to a lovely Sunday evening here. These guys about to rack up practice, not qualifying. So again, full 500-mile long race. First of 3 Crown Jewel races for this series. We're going to have another one at Michigan, and then the third race will be at Pocono. So, kick things off here, the very first one. Again, the famous Indianapolis Motor Speedway, the most famous track in all of motorsports. Again, these guys continue out to practice for a couple more minutes. Also, let you guys know tonight, of course, as you know, is the Ashmore Sport Xfinity Series at 8:30 p.m. Eastern. As this is a full-length race, it's going to go quite some time. So we'll actually be having Stephen Gale, who's my commentator. He actually will be broadcasting for the first time. So you can actually watch 2 streams if you want to at the same time, or pick one or the other. So just to give a little note there in case anybody's watching here, they'll be watching that one. So you can continue to watch this, or maybe watch both at the same time. It's your choice, but we're having 2 broadcasts at the same time for the first time ever here on LCTV, and for the first time ever, we're going to be broadcasting Indy cars here in the brand new, not brand new, but IR18s came out back in April here in our racing. So again, these guys going on this track at speeds of up to 225 to 230 miles an hour. So pretty chaotic in open wheel cars. It's not like NASCAR. Make contact, it's not going to be okay. It could very easily throw you up in the catch fence. So these guys will be very careful, of course, and I'm sure they will be, as now in the final 30 seconds here of qualifying, or excuse me, practice. Guys continue to get used to the track here, and draft will be crucial. These guys don't have restricted plates at Daytona or Talladega, so it's not like if you pull ahead, you're going to get caught up very quickly, but draft is very fast. It's very crucial. However, dirty air is has a huge role into this. As you get behind another driver going on one of the corners, your car loses downforce, you lose kind of grip, mechanical grip, front grip, and your car wants to plow towards the wall, so you have to roll a throttle a lot more, and it's very hard to control. Pretty much from that point on, we're now in the final seconds here of warm-up, and they're just a second here to go through the LCTV starting grid. So these guys are starting to grid up here. So these guys starting to grid up now through the LCTV starting grid. These guys are starting to grid up here. So starting on pole, we have oh wait, never mind, can't do that because we don't have qualifying, unfortunately. So my apologies there. I can't do the starting grid because we don't have qualifying. We're going to do it manually. So Logan Simmons will start on the pole. The number 7 machine was outside Michael Chin in the number 22. Daniel Schoolmeister in the number 8. And then we have Justin Elmore starting in P number 4. Jeffrey Fisher in the 06 entry. And then the 16 of Bruno Latour. Looks like then you have Ariel Gura Jr. in the number 11 machine, starting 8th, Kill Weekly. P9, Dustin Ickard. And then looks like P10, you have Justin K in the number 3 entry. Starting in 12th would be Mark Hobson in number 41 machine, excuse me. Then 13th, you have Jackson Steiner. P15, Marcus Smith will roll off. And it looks like that'll be it for your qualifiers or guys racing here today. So as they're going to run the very first pace lap here before getting up to speed and speed to get up to at that for sure. These guys get very fast at Indianapolis, as I mentioned before, and it's going to be interesting. A long race, so we're going to see if these guys play it safe early or kind of be aggressive. Take a look at your track info here. 2.51 mile speedway, and I like to call it the one and only track in all of NASCAR and IndyCar that has an actual 4 corners. This is 4 separate corners, 108-degree temperature. As the pace car, I'm going to have to throw down onto pit lane. These guys will get ready to go green flag here to kick off 500 miles here at the Indianapolis Speedway's green flags out and away here from Indianapolis. Great start with the number 70 machine, Logan Simmons. He'll pull out ahead and in the race lead early on. As I have second place at 22 machine, Michael Chin. Right there in the draft, going to get a good run off of turn 2 down by straightaway. Goes to the outside of Logan Simmons for the race lead. He's not the preferred lane for now, but looks like he actually cleared the 70 machine going to turn 3. He'll take that spot away, and already we have a lead change at the very first lap. The 70 machine now going to fall back to second, but he's in threat of losing that spot as well. So it looks like the 70 machine, Justin Elmore, as these guys dancing around and trying to break each other's drafts. Here comes the 06 machine to the outside. It looks like Bruno is almost some contact there between Bruno and Ariel. They're going to sort it out, make it through. Again, 200 laps around this track, 500 miles. Don't want to day to end early here, so. And he's going to back straight away, jockeying for position. Actually, it looks like now Logan Simmons has gone back to the point. He's around on board now in second place. Gonna get a huge run to the outside. Easy to take that spot away. Back to the race lead. These guys will continue to shuffle the race lead. There's just a lot of passing going on here. As you hear right there, the tires are already starting to fall off, getting a little bit tight, especially when you're in dirty air. As on board with Logan Simmons right next to that curbing. You don't want to hit that curbing, you'll upset the car greatly. And maybe even throw you out to the wall if you hit it at the wrong angle at the right speed. So, you gotta be very careful. He's gonna get a huge run off of turn 4. Shift up into 6th gear. He's gonna pull to the inside for the race lead here once again. And it looks like 42 machine wisely gives up the spot. Just gonna kind of give and take here early on. So comes the 22 machine, back for another pass of the race lead. To the inside he goes, and then by straight away into turn 3. So got spot away once again. As they come out of turn 4, down the front straightaway, they cross the line of bricks here. Already a pretty aggressive move by the 70 machine of Logan Simmons. Just barely got the inside of the 22. Now here comes the 06 to pounce and follow suit with the 70 machine for that second position. It wasn't a super aggressive move, but he got rid of the left rear wheel, I guess you could say, of the 22 machine and didn't back out of it. But racing for the lead is pretty crazy sometimes. The 06 machine started all the way back in 5th position. Working his way up, all the way up to 2nd here and challenging for the race lead, but he's got to hold off a 22 machine first. As here comes The 22 once again, Michael Chin. Here's the 06 machine for the race lead, Jeffrey Fisher. Gonna get the lead for the first time here tonight. And it looks like, oh, maybe a car on the wall. The 7 machine of Justin Elmore may have tagged the wall off of turn 2. I couldn't quite tell. Or excuse me, turn 1. It was very close if he didn't, but great job to save it, not cause an accident. As now, 7 machine Logan Simmons going to go back around the 06. He's now trying to pull a crossover on the 70 machine. He's working his way through turns 4. Comes off of turn 4 now. We're going to pull out, try to make another run at this race lead on Logan Simmons. He's going to lead that time by at the stripe, maybe. Yes, they went to the 06 machine by 0.03 of a second. As these guys are racing very hard and aggressive, but nothing too aggressive early on here. Now that 70 machine back to the inside of the 06. Trying to go for the race leader once again. There goes the 06, back down low. Try to swap positions here once again. He will lead that time by at the stripe. And now here comes 4th place. That red entry there, Errol Gura Jr. in the number 11 car. He's moved his way up all the way from 7th up to 4th, so +3 so far on the board for him. But out front, Fisher in the 06 entry. Logan Simmons already getting pretty close to the outside wall right there off turn 4. He's got a huge head of steam down the front straightaway. Going to try to make a run for the race lead here to the inside. Entering turn 1. Has the preferred lane. I took that spot pretty easily. And here in IndyCar, you don't see a lot of side-by-side racing like you see in NASCAR or maybe even some other forms of racing. There's a lot of just kind of swap position, swap position, swap position. Pretty much all race line. It's pretty much just as exciting. As here comes the 06 machine. Looked at the race lead. Decided to back out of it though. So it was going to be pretty hard to get to the inside right there into the corner. So he'll fall back in line to 2nd place. As now gonna get that huge run on the front straightaway. We're gonna see right here, and it gets behind him how much he's gonna have to lift to keep him in the wall, be in dirty air. And you saw there, he kind of entered a little bit wider than him. He's trying to get, you see right there, dirty air kills your downforce. But you saw him kind of enter turn 1 a little bit wide, trying to get some clean air in that nose before entering that corner. It's going to affect these guys all race long. It's only going to get worse and worse as the tires fall off more and more and you lose more grip. These guys back here racing almost just as hard. Oh, we got a car on the grass on the back straightaway. It's the 41 of Mark Hobson. He's got a lot of right front wing damage. A lot of right side damage. He's going to go through the grass. Looks like the toes even maybe knocked out of it. On lap 11 here, gets more damage by going through the grass. Let's take a look back at what happened to the number 41 entry. Started all the way on the exit at turn 1. Looks like he just got tight, hit the outside wall. Pretty heavy contact with that outside retaining wall right there. Then he's kind of on the apron, just kind of limping the car back to pit road right at that point. So tough break for the 41 machine already out of the race. It looks like he'll limp his car back to pit road, but no fast spares for these guys, so that car for sure is destroyed. There's no way they can fix that. So it looks like that'll end his night. Unfortunate already on lap 11. He is officially going to have to put it behind the wall. But meanwhile, up front, number 70 machine hold on to the race lead for now. The pole sitter. Still in contention here. Oh, look. Looks like that is the 8 machine Dino Schoolmister. Almost in the outside wall right there off turn 1. That's currently second place. We're going to see right here to the speed down the front straightaway he's going to get right here. He got the speed 225, looks like 230. In the draft, going to get 233 before entering turn 1. Oh, he clips the curve just a bit, runs a little bit wider than I probably expected to. Oh, the same machine, but connection. Oh, he's on a curve once again. For the most part, so far, so good, though. For these guys, is going to go to the front shoulder once again here. As they're going off of turn 2, not about sure way. But he kind of getting spread out as we get further and further in this run. Half-second gap between first and second, and you get a half, and you go another second back to third place, the 11 machine. And then there's a pretty big gap there as well. Back to fourth place, looks like that is a 3 of Justin K. As sorry, oh, battle for the race lead. Oh, 6 machine looked to try to get that spot. Couldn't quite get there. He's right there, rear end right there though. The 70 of Logan Simmons. He's gonna get that huge run on the front straight away. Probably try to pull out, make a run. There he goes to the inside for the race lead. That spot away pretty easily, and we're going to see if the 70 can catch back up to and make another pass the race lead. He's going to get a tight wash whip out of the racing groove. He's going to have to lift quite a bit, and it'll cost him quite a bit of time. There's a complete lap 17. 70 machine right there in second place. Oh, 7 to the outside wall. Oh, and he's up and over. 70 machine Logan Simmons flipping into turn 2, and that will end his race. The pole starter, the fastest car for much of the night, is now out of it. Tough break for the 70 of Logan Simmons. Running really, really strong, and that will for sure end his night here. Tough break. That's all it takes right there. I was talking about the dirty air, being right behind another car, going through the corners, came off turn 1 and hit the outside wall. That's all it took. So if we look back at what happened to him once again here. And did not bring the caution flag out, so everybody else will continue racing, but for sure that ended his night. You see, just got a little bit tight at the outside wall, then the steering got knocked out of it, and they couldn't really turn going to turn 2, and just things get worse for him. It's a tough break for the 70 machine to go on board with him. So he just got tight, and he knocked until you see he's turning left, but the car isn't wanting to really turn left. He is outside wall again, then pretty much along for the ride. So a tough break for the machine Logan Simmons. He's currently still sitting on pit road, but that will end his night. So, you know, up front, the 06 machine of Jeffrey Fisher still out in the lead. And as we come around to complete lap 20. Oh! Big slide for the race leader. The 06 machine is a great save off turn 4. I heard a tire squealing right there. Got really loose right there, but great save, great job by him. And you're going to see these guys get more and more tight and maybe apparently loose as we go through these corners here on old tires. But let's take you into our first commercial break. You won't miss a thing. We're going to go side-by-side coverage here. Like live here to the Top Class Champ Car Series, the Indy 500 here tonight. It's currently coming around to complete lap 25 of 200, which will put these guys at an eighth of the way, so still a long ways left to go of racing here. It's currently out front, the 06 machine, and Jeffrey Fisher right along with him for much of the non-stop coverage right there. As second place, 3 machine of Justin K is now continuing that spot. Justin Elmore has already gone 3 laps down. Errol Gura Jr. currently sitting in the podium spot in 3rd. Dano Schoolmeister in 4th. Dustin Ickard in 5th. Marcus Smith 6th. Caleb Weekly 7th. Michael Chin making a pit stop here. He's currently 3 laps down. You see Lance Simon running out guys in the lead lap in 8th. His 9th place, Justin Elmore, already also 3 laps down. So Errol Gurley Jr. out of 4th place. We're making a pit stop here. We go on into his pit stall. Overshoots it. That's going to cost him some time, but not huge mistakes. A long ways have to go to make it back up, so not the end of the world for him. As you see some guys It looks like now Kale Weekly out of 8th place. Or excuse me, 7th place, I believe it was. Before he pitted, he's going to cut down pit road. Looks like we have any takers this lap. Not currently, no. Looks like that 5th place. We're going to see if he heads down pit road or not. Looks like he will opt out of that. Michael Chin back on the racetrack. Lance Simon. Let's see what he does here. Looks like he will stay out. Jeffrey Fisher currently still in the race lead. And the further you can make it on fuel. Oh, he almost spins it. What a save! A 220-mile-an-hour save for the 06 machine of Jeffrey Fisher out of the race lead. And his other one was pretty impressive, but that one tops it for sure. That's enough to give me a reason to look at a replay here of that save. We're going to go on board quickly with the 06 machine out of the race lead. This is coming off the corner. That's a lot of talent right there. That takes a lot of talent right there. I'm going to go into slow motion now. So he goes to turn 4, still full throttle. He clips the curb, and as I mentioned earlier, it's going to get your car upset. Gets a little bit sideways, gives a little bit of counter steer, a little bit more of counter steer. Just gets a little more sideways, and manages to correct it. Turns it back to the left. Gets back on the throttle, and he's good to go. And I've driven these Indy cars before, especially here. So actually, he's not currently on pit road, making the pit stop out of the race lead. That'll put now the 3 machine up on top of the scoring pile line for the first time here today. Is the 06 machine will head down pit road. So it's 15 laps so far here tonight, but I've driven these Indy cars here, especially at Indianapolis. It is extremely hard to correct it when it gets sideways. NASCAR is pretty easy. You kind of just got to counter steer it like to slide. But these cars have such good handling that it's razor sharp handling. As soon as you turn that thing to the right, it's gonna grab and shoot you up to the wall. So it's extremely hard not to overcorrect one of these cars or just to lose it in general. He did a fantastic job of hanging onto that race car. So now he's done with his service. He's going to go back out on track. There's a 3 machine. Justin K going to try to put a lap down here. Looks like he will not be able to as he's back up to speed. So he's going a race leader, but pit stop cycle is currently happening here. So he's led 2 laps so far. Guaranteed he's going to probably pit here the next 1 to 3 laps. Make his first pit stop. There he comes down pit road. You got a pit speed all the way down to 60 miles an hour. So you can put this pit limiter on. So that will now get a race lead. As actually it looks like Lance Simon out of 4th place. The 04 machine had on pit road, but that'll put the number 8 machine of Daniel Schoolmeister in the race lead, leading his first lap of the night. Now to see when he comes down pit road to make his stop, it will be this time by. So stay at lead a lap. Now he's going to head down pit road, and that should get the lead back over to the 06 of Jeffrey Fisher. Actually, yes. Earl Gurra Jr. lost some time at pit stop. He's now currently a lap down, so that's not good for him. He's almost a lap down anyhow, as the 06 machine will be the race leader once again here. So Yogi-O crosses our finish line, pick up 2nd place, and he's going to pass 8 machines coming off the road right there, so he'll move up into the race lead and get the official lead next time by as he crosses the stripe. Oh, car on the wall, 2nd place. That would be Justin K in the number 3 entry. Got on the outside wall a bit there in the straightaway. Not quite sure if he just misjudged how close it was to the wall or not. But besides that, he's made an incredible amount of time right there on his pit stop. Gained a lot of time on race leader Fisher. So he's now in the 2nd place. And he's actually right there. He's now trying to challenge the race lead. Got a little bit tight right there. Missed his entry to turn 2. But nevertheless, he's still right there in the draft. The 06 machine going to go make the move, pull it down low, going into turn 3, take that spot away. And now, for the first time today on pace, the 03 machine will get the race lead. Again, he actually stayed out a couple extra laps, so he's a little bit more extra fuel and a little bit fresher tires than the 06 machine. He's actually going to blow on by the 06 and take that spot away. As that will be the 8th lead change of the race, so 3 machine doing a great job of that pit stop and getting back up front. Or getting out front, I should say. Oh! The 06 machine! Rex going into turn 3. Jeffrey Fisher, who's pretty much the dominant car, goes into turn 3, has some sort of issue. He turns the car to the left. Huh. I guess he thought this was dirt track racing. Decided to turn left to go right. Not quite sure what exactly happened with him right there. I guess he maybe had to go or something. He just quit and wrecked. So the dominant guy so far here is now out of the race. That leaves Justin K with a 6.8 second advantage over second place. Daniel Schoolmeister. Let's take a look at your top 5 here. So, pretty big implications right there. As, the guy who was pretty much fast all day is now out of it. You don't have that many guys left, honestly. It's kind of surprising. Is now the other machine going to go a lap down. Currently in 5th. Only 4 cars on the lead lap. 6th place Lance Simon also lap down right there. She's Daniel Schoolmeister currently in 2nd, but 7 seconds back. Justin Elmore currently 7th, 2 laps down. 3rd place, Dustin Icard, Kilwiki currently in 4th, last car on the lead lap. So, looks like you only have but 7 cars left on track. So, not many guys left in the running this one. It's only lap 38. We're not even a quarter of the way through this race yet. So, it will be interesting for sure. So now you saw these guys start pitting around lap 20 to lap 27 to lap 30-ish. So we're probably going to see this guy's going to pit road on lap 50 or so. So now I'm going to go on board with the race leader, Justin K, for a couple of laps around Indianapolis Motor Speedway. So let's go on board with him. So that is on board the race leader there. A couple laps for Indianapolis Motor Speedway. Pretty much just flat out when you're out in the draft. But it's certainly pretty challenging. As I want to make note, second place, Daniel Schoolmeister has really started to reel in race leader Justin K. Again, when we first saw the 06 machine record second place, it was a 6.8 second gap. Now he's got it down 2 seconds, so now we're down to a 4.8 second gap in closing. So this 8 machine, he is fast. And he wants to try to get up there and challenge for this race lead. And it's way back to third place with the 77 machine of Dustin Urquhart. He's 22.5 seconds back. So it's pretty long gap between there. He's in turn 4, and race leader is currently down the straightaway. So pretty big margin right there, but the 8 machine is still reeling in the 3, so we're going to see how long it takes him to catch up to our current race leader, and how this pit stop cycle will go. As we saw the last time, just a K, great pit stop on that 3 machine. So continues to turn some laps here. And again, we're not going to record with this right score away. We'll mark completion on lap 50. So still a long way of racing left to go here. These guys are already pretty spread out, so it's not going to be very easy to make up time without many guys left. Likeliness of the caution is not very high, so you're going to have to pretty much do the talking for yourself. We're going to see who can be pretty much the endurance champion here at the end of this one. We're off turn 4 here. He started really kind of gaining back time on second place. He was actually currently in the draft. You know, Schoolmeister actually maybe slowing him down. He's going to go around the lap car there of Lance. You know, he's in the draft. He's also in dirty air, which is not helping his handling and downforce of the car. So maybe actually slow him down just a bit. Now back to a 5.2 second gap, so he's lost about 0.4 of a second since we last checked up on him. Gained 10th right there, though, so he's kind of reeling back in. Just nowadays, not quite so much dirty air. As I thought I heard pit road, but looks like we don't. So there goes the 8 machine, gonna have to work his way around the 11, who's currently scored in 5th position. Skill Wiki kind of the last car on the lead lap right there. You see him on the front stretch. So currently the last car on the lead lap, over 20 seconds behind. As the looks like actually both the 8, who's now reeling back in, race leader Justin K and 77 machine have both closed the gap a little bit more. Justin K is third place, is now only 20.5 seconds back to 22.2. So started closing just a bit. So now it's kind of flying out at a 5.8 second gap. Actually now 5.5 second gap, and that's all before this 8 machine. He's gonna work his way around the 11 of the lap car to get himself kind of back in that clean air where he could gain time. As it's still stuck behind that little machine, so it's kind of still stuck in that dirty air. So pit stops lurking, as again these guys pitted around lap 20 to lap 27. So this dirty air is really killing handling the 8 machine. You see he's falling back down over a second behind where it was before, but they're gonna come across the finish this time by a complete lap 50. This will mark the quarter waypoint in this race. That's a quarter of the way. 150 laps more to go here from Indianapolis. This pit stop should be happening here shortly. Oh! Troubles for the last car lead lap. The number 12 machine of Cale Weekly. Getting into the outside wall off of turn 4. Can't tell if he has any like significant damage on that car or not. Looks like it's pretty clean to me, so he's going to continue rolling here and going without any issues. So great job to hit the outside wall right there for him, but probably definitely struggling on those tires out there, as you're going to see this guy set a pit here at some point in the near future. I'm sure it's something that Daniel Schoolmeister wants to see. He's kind of still stuck in between his two lap cars, losing time to race leader Daniel Justin K. So and it's currently nobody's made their pit stop yet. Oh, looks like Seven Machine. Oh, Seven Machine having some issues. Just to know more, a lot of damage on that number 7 machine. Let's look back at what happened to that. And number 7 entry. As it looks like troubles off of turn 2. For the Ford Xfinity number 70 seat, yeah, it just gets tight. Turning hard to the left, turning hard to the left. Out of the throttle, but it's not enough. He's going to hit the outside wall pretty hard. It was great job to wreck after that, but looks like the suspension is a little bit screwed up right there. Front wing definitely heavily damaged. So it's going to cost them a lot of time. They're going to have to fix the car here. Cost them a lot of time, so tough break for the number 70 machine, as currently still nobody making the pit stops yet. Just K continuing to hold on to this race lead for now. For last pit stop, the 8 machine pitted after the 3, so we're going to see if that happens again here or not. Oh, and the outside wall, maybe the 11. That's going to allow Daniel Schoolmaster to get a pretty good run on, but he still can't quite get there. He's still stuck behind him, and that dirty air just kind of trapped behind him, I guess you could say. Still losing a lot of time to the race leader Justin K. So as Cale Weekly now 30 seconds back, currently in 30 to actually head down pit road. I think Marcus Smith had some issues early in the race. So not completing a lap 55 out of 200 here. Okay, Weekly will pit out of 3rd place. Now he's going to go 1 lap down for now, but of course again, these other guys on the pit stops as well, so does not really mean much. And so again, 11 machine trapping the 8 behind him, costing him lots of time. Now back down to 8 seconds behind and losing more and more and more. Again, pit stops should happen here the next 4 laps. So that'd be my guess is when the pit window will quite close. So it's now the 8 machine. Daniel Schoolmeister finally gets around the 11. He's been struggling for a while now. Stuck behind him. So now he's finally back on that clean air. He's going to try to gain back some of the time. Actually, now looks like the 11 machine will pit. First car 1 lap down. Errol Gara Jr. currently in 4th place. He'll head down pit road to get service done to his car. As Logan Simon now moves up into 3rd place. That hot pink machine. It's down to 7.7 seconds. You see how much time he's gained back since he got around the 11 machine. Just see how much that dirty air was killing his car. As now it looks like there is the 11 machine rolling out of its pit stall. Gonna get back up through the gears. So there goes the 3 machine to put him 2 laps down now. Already down to 7.1 seconds. It was 8.7 seconds. Now less than 7 seconds. You're going to see how much faster Daniel Schoolmeister is than the 3 machine, Justin K. So lap car's holding him up. So now he's back in the clean air. He's able to prove himself here. Of course, now we're going to have pit stops happening here shortly, so it's not going to matter a whole lot. We're going to try to gain as much time as possible before then. And then at 6.5 seconds, so gaining a lot of time race leader Justin K right now. And then pretty much 6 seconds flat. It's again pit window. I'm guessing it'll probably open up here very shortly. It's 3 machine went a little bit too high right there in the corner. It's going to cost quite a bit of time. I'm down to 5.7 seconds for the race lead. As 8 machine will probably have to pit after 3. After that's what happened last time he pitted considerably after. But now the 11 machine back in front of the 8. We're going to see if that affects the 8 cars handling it here or not. As he was stuck behind him before he pitted, and now he's stuck behind him after he pitted. So this might cost all the time that Schoolmeister just gained, but down to less than 5.5 seconds now. He's still gaining quite a bit of time, so that's good news for him. I'm going to come around and complete lap 60 this time by. We'll see the 3 machine give up the race lead to come down and get service done to his car. Looks like he will stay out another lap here. Let's take a look at your track weather here. Alright, now 8 degrees, 2-mile-an-hour wind direction to the north, 1% humidity, 0% fog, clear sky conditions, great day for racing here in Speedway, Indiana. There's currently now a 6-second gap, but you can see how much more time the 11 machine is costing that 8. Being trapped behind him once again here. He might even make a pit stop a little bit earlier as here goes the race leader, Justin K, down on the pit lane. So down to 60 miles an hour. Put the pit limiter on. So now Daniel Schoolmeister going to go on by to pick up that lap lead. And will now be shown as the race leaders. He did pit a couple laps after the 3 machine last pit stop, so trying to make a little extra couple laps on fuel, which could end up playing out a little bit more strategy. If we can make a one less pit stop than the 3 machine, the further they make it on fuel and not lose time, the better. So it's a good strategy for the 8 machine to Schoolmeister. I'm going to see him maybe pit here the next lap or 2. As he's still trapped behind that 11 machine, which has cost him quite a bit of time. He's going to go on by here, put the 3 machine 1 lap down. Or maybe not, actually. Just a K on the back straightaway, so not quite there yet. He's in turn 1. So it puts him to pit here either this time by or in the next 2 laps. That'd be my guess. When he decides to come back down pit road, it looks like Logan Simon is currently still a lap down. Here goes the race leader, Daniel Schoolmeister down on the pit lane. Oh, almost spins it out. May have been speeding as well. I'm gonna have to look back what happened. Take a look back after to see if he does get a penalty or not. He'll head on pit road to get service done to his number 8 entry. Oh, overshoots his pit stall just a bit. It's gonna cost him a good second of time as you see the car get jacked up here. Lifted up, I should say. He's gonna go back down. I'm gonna finish fueling the car full of fuel. He's on the gas, on the gas, on the gas. Get a long pit stop here. There he goes, off and away for the 8 machine. As he's gonna come off the road. Actually, I think he may have got the race lead away for Justin K. He's getting up to speed here, coming off of turn 2 on the pit road exit there. He's gonna get up to full son. And indeed, yeah, it looks like he... Nope, Justin K actually with a huge advantage over the 8 machine. The other way around. 25-second lead, it looks like now, for the 3 machine of Justin K. So, costly pit stop there with the 8 machine. Will gain a lot of time to the 3 of Justin K. As now the pit stop cycle is completed. I'm going to take another quick commercial break, but don't go away, right back.
So, you want to race in NASCAR. The road starts here. Introducing the eNASCAR Ignite Series powered by iRacing. This is the gateway for all aspiring 13 to 16-year-olds. Starting June 20th, ignite your dreams of one day racing in the top tiers of NASCAR. Go to www.iracing.com/ignite for full details.
Team racing allows multiple iRacing members to team up and race together, just like in real-world endurance series. Teammates can share driving duties, spot for one another, or be a crew chief. Team racing is free, both to join a team and to create one. Each teammate races on his or her own computer from wherever they want to. Your teammates can be anywhere in the world, and changing drivers mid-race is as easy as a click of a button. iRacing features team endurance events ranging from just a couple of hours to 24 hours in length. So, if you fancy taking part in an iRacing endurance race in the future, you can learn more about team racing on the teams page on the member website.
I'm gonna go live through the top class champ car series live here from Indianapolis Motor Speedway for the Indy 500. These guys continue to turn laps now as they're 3/8 of the way through this one. Again, full length IndyCar race, longest race ever here in OCTV. Glad to continue to have you with us here. As currently race leader Justin K putting a spanking on the field as a 32.5-second lead over Daniel Schoolmeister. Only 2 cars left on a lead lap. We're not even halfway through the race yet, so it's pretty interesting to see as the 8 machine finally gets around the 11. So we're going to see how much time he can gain here, but he's so far back, I don't think it's going to matter a whole lot. As currently up front still Justin K in the race lead as we're approaching the 3rd pit stop of the night. Not too far from now, so 44 laps led so far for the number 3 machine. He's going right on board with him. I'm going to pick up number 45 that time by. Still 22 laps away from halfway in this one, so a long ways left of racing. So now you see the 8 machine, Schoolmeister pulling in now 29.5 seconds. So he's already rolled in 3 seconds on race leader Justin K in this clean air. So he's really, really fast to clear, but as soon as he gets stuck behind another car, he loses a lot. I mean, I say a lot of time. So now he's back in clean air. He's reeling back in the time, but he's still 29 seconds back. So again, we're not quite halfway yet. So it's still recoverable, but it's going to be pretty tough to make back up the time. But if you can continue to click off a second faster each lap, you should catch him about 20-30 laps here. So it shouldn't take too long. But, obviously, pit stop's going to come into play here. He had a pretty bad pit stop, versus the 3 machine. So that's going to probably come into play here, too. He's got to try to factor it in, and hopefully he can, get a better pit stop this time by and work with that. But going to be pretty tough for sure. But 20 laps to go here before we have the cross flags that's come across the finish line. The 28.5 seconds now for the 8 machine. Daniel Schoolmeister, but he's got more lap traffic up ahead of him. It's not really helping him a whole lot. As you see up there, he's going to probably catch those guys. Maybe, I don't think actually he's going to catch him before a pit stop, so it's good on that note, but he's coming right on board with second place with Daniel Schoolmeister. And down to a 27.5 second gap. And you see how much of a cut, like how much he's right on that below the weight line. Well, the 3 machine, he's pretty much doing the same thing actually, and it's working out. You see like that actually, it's kind of, he's tighter, he's way tighter than the 8 machine. You know, Schoolmeister, he's losing quite a bit of time now. Under 27 seconds is the gap. As now the 3 machine is stuck in high lap traffic. Where does the 11 go? He's just in front of us. It's going to cause him to lose time. And he's going to feel the pain of the 8 as Schoolmeister here. As he's checked behind the 11. But we got a huge run out of that straightaway though. It looks like maybe troubles for the 11 entry here. It doesn't look like he has any damage, Errol Gura Jr. So I'm not quite sure why he's really falling off the pace here. Already not going 3 laps down. But obviously something wrong with that machine. But he's still back. He's still in the running, so it's not in the world for him. He's still there on track. That's all that really matters in the end. But 25.5 seconds back, second place, Schoolmeister. Trying to reel in that gap without now being back in clean air, but pit stops will happen here not too long from now. But he's currently catching up on the number 77 entry. Dustin Ickard is currently in 6th place, 2 laps down. He's catching up to him, so it's going to maybe affect his aerodynamics once again. So it seems it's like that's what's happening to him a lot lately. So they're not coming around this time by and complete lap 85. And you see the 8 machine closing the gap on race leader, but also closing the gap on the number 77 machine, who's 3 laps down, which will cause him to have worse aerodynamics once again. Well, he was kind of stuck dealing with behind the 11 machine, so he's going to have to pretty much hope that he catches him after his pit stops. Looks like some wobbly there out of the 12 Kale Weekly. Looks like he's going to keep going strong. 23.5 seconds. He's already gained 9 seconds. That's right, 9 seconds on the race leader, Justin K. He is really, really fast in clean air, but in dirty air, he loses a considerable amount of time. Pit stops wise, he's also been way slower than the race leader, Justin K. So he's got to try to work on both of those if he wants to win this race, pretty much. As these guys will pit here for the final time in the first half of this one. I'm done at 23 seconds. The gap continues to close. The 3 continue. Oh, there goes the 11 machine down pit road now. That is out of, I believe, 5th place. 2 laps down currently. Ariel Gura Jr. will head down pit road, get service done to his car. So this race leader, Justin K, 22 seconds ahead of 2nd place, Daniel Schoolmeister. So the question is, when will the 3 machine come down pit road get service done to his number 3 entry? As there's 11 machine pulling off pit road now. .22 seconds out currently. The gap is the 3 machine. Going to continue to run laps here, but there's the 8 of Daniel Schoolmeister getting closer to the number 77 entry. It's going to cost him more and more time as he gets closer and closer to that dirty air, but currently running really fast lap times compared to number 3, so we're going to see if that pays off for him here. As only in 10 laps, so we'll cross the halfway point. These guys currently have had to make 3 pit stops, so I'm interested to see happens later, of course, but ten laps to go here before halfway. .21 seconds now is the gap, so that's 11 seconds. Oh, Kale Weekly gets extremely loose off turn 2. So he'll get back up. Great save by the number 12 machine as 98 laps in the books. 110 left to go. We're going to see if the 3 machine will come up pit road this time by. Yes, he will. So, oh, he's going to speed. No, he's not. Locks the brakes. So great job to slow the car down to 60 miles an hour. The Indy car is very light, so they're easily able to stop and corner and whatnot. And there's 8 machine. He's been closing the gap in ever since he got in the clean air, but now pit stops has pretty much plagued him. So I'm going to see if that happens here, affects him once again here. As we're going to have front straight away. He will not pick up the race lead quite yet. He'll pick up the race lead now, but did not get to lead that lap as 3 machine beat him as he was still on pit road. But now he's a race leader. And you saw him pit about 3 laps or so after the 3 machine for the race lead, or the race leader. And that was the first pit stop, and it's cycled around 3 laps every single one of these pit stops. So that goes to show you how crucial making it as far as you can on fuel every single pit stop matters. It looks like he'll actually head on pit road this time by, so he's going to stay out an extra lap. As a very slow pit stop entry, you see right there how much sooner he's slowing down to pace, or excuse me, to pit road speed. That's probably what's costing him so much time. is the amount of speed that he's scrubbing off there before he even gets into a stall. Because I'm going to see him here make that turn into his pit stall. So that nice clean entry this time does not overshoot his stall, but there, where is he? That's the machine. Already ahead of him. So it did not take very long. Fortunately, now Schoolmeister is going to see as he comes off the road how much the gap is. He gets up the speed here using the pit road exit. Those three machines going to come across the finish line this time by complete lap 93. You see here Weekly just ahead of the 11 machine. I'm going to see that it is for position. No, it's not. They're a lap difference. So to go through your rundown, Lance Simon currently scored in second, but he will be third. A 21-second gap, actually, so not much time lost for Daniel Schoolmeister. Looks like Lance Simon's actually not headed on pit road yet, I do not believe. So he'll have to head down pit road. But not much time lost for Daniel Schoolmeister, so great, not bad pit stop for him. However, he's got that 77 right in front of him after the pit stop cycle, so it's going to affect him greatly there. So currently, third place Daniel Schoolmeister. Fourth place is Cale Weekly in at number 12 machine. Fifth place, El Gura Jr. And Simon. Oh, and Rex going to pit road. Knocks out the cone with them, and now will pretty much end his night here. Tough break for Lance Simon. He stayed out an extra couple laps and spins out coming down onto pit lane. I'll take a look back what happened to him. And just, he knows he's speeding, he's locking up the brakes, and then just gets out from underneath him. And a heavy cut to the inside wall, gets a lot of air right there. And significant damage to the suspension and toe all knocked out of it. So that would pretty much end his night here. So tough break for the number 04 entry. Looks like he'll now put it behind the wall. So tough break once again for Lance Simon. Currently back up front, the 3 machine of Justin K. And as we complete the 4th round of pit stops, we're going to take you under another quick commercial break, but we continue coverage here with side-by-side coverage.
When I was 16 years old, I was working in a Goodyear tire store, and my boss actually built an old dirt car, street stock Monte Carlo. Went with him one night, fell in love with it. It was a hell of a race, hell of a party, and a big fight afterwards. I was like, this is it. This is it for me. It wasn't long after that, I was driving an old 78 Camaro out of the weeds at that guy's farm. We pulled that thing out and made a race car out of it, and away we went. You know, I think a driver has more to do with the equation going back and racing dirt, whether it's a modified, a late model. You can do more with the race car. You know, the harder you drive it, a lot of times, the better it goes. You can crawl up on that wheel and feel like you made the difference at the end of the night. Asphalt car, you can't overdrive them. That was the first thing that I had to learn right off the bat is, oh my gosh, I've got to discipline myself, not overdrive this thing, and that's how you get the most out of it. Truth be told, communicating the right information to your crew and your crew chief so they can do their job and make their appropriate adjustments for you to go faster and do your job is probably 90% of the game in our world. I've always loved late models. You know, my dream was to be a late model driver driving for a living across the country like Daryl and Don do that drive for me. I mean, that was, truth be told, that was my dream, you know. I always wanted a semi. I always wanted a stacker trailer with 2 hot rods in it and let's go racing. Let's take off with your buddies and go race and chase that dream. Never in a million years did I think it would turn into a Cup Series, and I actually have an opportunity to own 2 you know, dirt late model teams. When you think of iRacing, you don't think of a video game. It's not. It's way above and beyond any of that. You know, dirt racing changes so much. The track changes so much. Being able to capture that, to, you know, experience all those details that surround dirt racing and make dirt racing what it is what makes iRacing so cool, because they did nail all of that. I knew when they came to our shop and scanned cars and went to the detail of getting that car right, I knew that it was going to be over the top, because it blew my mind just the work that went into making sure the car itself was legit. This sport has been around a long time. The competition can't be replaced, and that's what brings people back to the racetrack week in and week out.
My name is Steven Corpenos. I'm a senior web developer here at iRacing, and I work on the beta UI. It's funny because iRacing has been around for 10 years, but we want to keep delivering the best possible user experience to our customers, and we've found that the old UI isn't exactly what we're trying to deliver in 2018. We want to use new features and provide the best possible experience when using the sim. One of the projects that I've been working on is some custom heat racing configuration for hosted races. We've been listening to our customers. Everyone's been asking for custom heat races. Maybe you want to tweak a few things with the preset iRacing configurations. Well, now you can using the beta UI. So once you're at the home page of the beta UI, you just go to create a race. Then from there you go to your set race options. And you'll notice here under event types, you can actually choose heat racing. First, I'm going to show you how to create a new format from scratch. You can choose the number of entrants. And as you can see, when I made that change, the change was actually reflected on the right side in the graph. Also, you can use the estimated duration at the bottom of the graph when you're changing the length to see what the total duration of your event will be. In addition, you can customize every aspect of the session information, practice, qualifying, heat races, consolations, and of course, the final feature race. Because the Beta UI allows us to develop features that are robust and complex, this feature will be exclusively available on the Beta UI. Once you've made all of the changes, you can hit save. Say you forgot what you selected. You can always preview it using the Preview Format button. We are very excited to release the brand new heat racing configuration feature that will be available in Season 3 of iRacing.
I want to leap over buildings, want to fly over the shores, faster than a lightning flash, rushing through the cool night air. So start ignition, count to zero. I just wanna be a superhero. With fearless thoughts, emotions swirl. I wanna be the man that saves the world. So start ignition, count to zero. I just wanna be a superhero.
Justin May put in a spanking on the field that has the entire field, at least one lap down. He's not going to lap the 8 machine of Daniel Schoolmeister, who's really fast, including air, extremely fast, way faster than race leader Justin K. But as soon as he gets behind a car, it's like a trap. I mean, as soon as he gets behind one car, he is unable to pass. We saw that the 3 machine just blow by both of them, so I'm not quite sure if it's what's with the setup with Daniel Schoolmeister or what, but he has been trapped behind the 11 machine forever now with just 90 laps to go. He's now got a lap down, so we only have one car to lead the lap, which pretty much guarantees Justin K to win as long as he does not make a huge mistake or wreck or something. So, he's, way out in front, as I mentioned, so no issues for him as still trapped behind 11 machine is the 8 of Daniel Schoolmeister, so I'm not quite sure what's wrong with this car, why he's so bad in traffic. He just cannot pull out to make a run to even gain positions at all, so tough break for him, especially as a really fast car, but I'm not quite sure exactly what's wrong with him in traffic, so he's going to pretty much try to cruise here behind the 11 machine until I make pit stops. So what we're going to see here is Keel Weekly is currently scored 2 laps down. In third, fourth place, 3 laps down. And that is Love Machine, as you see right here. Currently scored in 5th place is Denver 77. You see right here the Dustin Akerd, currently last car in the top 5, and last car currently on the racetrack. So and again, these guys maybe this 3 machine has the whole entire field 1 lap down. Maybe they're sitting at home thinking, oh, these guys suck. Just to finish this race, finish 500 miles of race in Indianapolis Motor Speedway is an accomplishment all in itself, whether you're first or you're last. So great job by these drivers who continue to go around this track. As again, the 8 machine hour and more still just stuck behind 11. It's like a box. He's just stuck in behind. I'm not quite sure what's wrong with his car in dirty air. It's not like he just plows it towards the wall. It's just he's slow. He's way off the pace when it comes down to that. And he's trapped behind him for so long as I put him a lap down when he is clearly way considerably faster, I guess you could say. As his fastest lap was a 40.485. Race leader Justin, and that is race leader Justin K, 436. But again, I guarantee you, if you match their times in the draft, the 8 machine would be without the draft. Excuse me. If you match the fastest times without the draft, I guarantee you the 8 machine would be way ahead of the 3. So I'm not quite sure what's wrong with the 8 machine there, but he's falling way behind. It's now we're looking forward to the 5th pit stop of the race so far here. He's already past halfway here in this one. He's already here's the 77 to actually try to get a lap back. I guess you could say, oh, almost forgot that there was him in the 8 machine. He's currently soaring in 2nd place. So, see the 77 blow by both of them. Still, the 8 machine trapped behind the 11. I'm not quite sure what's wrong with this car at all. It's very confusing to me, honestly. Very surprising that that happens to him. But it's still just from a trapped behind the 11 machine until he gets around him. He's not fast at all. So, very interesting. Currently, Justin K still up front here. As he is now getting closer and closer, leading double-digit laps here. Leading 82 laps so far. Most out of anybody, of course. So now it completes lap 118 of 200. So just pacing the field at this point. Turning laps. No worry at all unless he wrecks, so. So again, these guys expect to pit here in the next few laps, as I believe the pit window is now open as they work their way onto lap 120 here. At this point, even if Daniel Schoolmeister can go an extra lap, or 2 or 3 on fuel, it's not going to really matter because he's so far back now, 1 lap down. As you see, Takeo Weekly actually going to come by here, get a lap back from the 8 machine. So he's only going to be 1 lap behind, less than 1 lap behind him now. As there's the 11 machine going down low, trying to break the draft. Here comes Takeo Weekly to the outside, going to pull around the 8 machine pretty easily here. They'll probably get around the 11 as well. There he goes to the outside. Take those spots away, but again, not for position. He's already ahead of the 11 and is still behind the 8, so. You guys actually are now in threat going 2 laps down. That is the 8 of Daniel Schoolmeister. That is, he's not that far ahead, and you look in perspective of race leader Justin K, especially how fast Justin K is catching him. With just 80 laps to go here from Indianapolis. 200 miles left in this one. As he's actually going to head down pit road here. So pit stop time 4 to 3 Justin K, but I wish he was going to get the race lead, but he's still going to be the race lead no matter what, so. There he goes for his pit stop service. There's the 8 machine down. Schoolmeister. Oh, no, it's actually the 11. Almost spins out in front of race leader Justin K. That would have been very, very bad. As there's Daniel Schoolmeister. He's now back in clean air, but he is still officially. Actually, he's now less than 1 lap down. He's now back in lead lap. As you see, he's in a lap back for Justin K. But he still has to make his pit stop service. There's no way, even how fast he is, he's going to get a whole lap back here in less than 80 laps to go. So, obviously, the race isn't over, but for the race for the win, it certainly is. So, of course, he's also going to have a pit stop here very shortly. Alright, this looks like he'll probably pull off this time to go down pit road. Indeed, he will. Oh, very close to hitting the 3 machine right there. Actually, no, he didn't pit. He just rode off the pace. He's not in dirty air, so we're sure what's wrong with the 8 machine, but really, really off the pace here. Gonna go no lap down here as K Weekly will have to make his pit stop here. As he's currently in 3rd place 1 lap down, but after another round of pit stops, we'll take you under another commercial break here. We don't go right back.
Really enjoy dirt racing. Feels good to get in the car, and we have great cars and engines and things at KKR, so it's nice to drive a fast sprint car.
Couple of separate lines developing. Rewind action on a turn 2. Craig Kinzer, Casey Kane, and Garrett Pittman going at it.
I think the differences between NASCAR and the sprint races on dirt is just a much different mindset. The way you drive your cars, the setup, the feel you're looking for. I think one of the hardest things to tell as a fan is when you're watching a race, whether it's a NASCAR race, a dirt race, is just what's really going on in the car. With iRacing, you can get the way that the track's changing, which they've done a great job in how the track changes throughout the night or throughout the race, just to try to capture it and let the fans play it and realize, like, man, there's actually a lot going on, and you can't always see that when you watch a race. So I think it's pretty neat. It's enjoyable for me, but at the end of the day, it's actually much of a simulation, and there's a lot of ways that you can learn from that. And early on, it was neat to look at the Cup tracks that I was going to, places that I had never been. So I think it kind of gives you a head start leading into a weekend. It's pretty real life, and that's pretty neat.
So, you want to race in NASCAR. The road starts here. Introducing the eNASCAR Ignite Series powered by iRacing. This is the gateway for all aspiring 13 to 16-year-olds. Starting June 20th, ignite your dreams of one day racing in the top tiers of NASCAR. Go to www.iracing.com/ignite for full details.
The yellow flag is out. Pit road is now open. Keep your eye on those gauges. We'll give you 4 tyres. 3, 2, 1, now. We're done. Get going.
iRacing.com is a sim racing game that combines a true-to-life racing experience with an online community of virtual racers from all over the globe. iRacing offers a multitude of officially licensed cars and tracks, laser scanned with millimeter accuracy. Their car models and mechanical systems are based on real-world physics and engineered in cooperation with manufacturers and race teams. iRacing's web-based interface allows members to compare stats and test drive any combination of car and track instantly. Their skill license system ranges from rookie to pro, ensuring members are always pitted against those with similar skill sets. Members are able to sign up for a weekly race series, compete in time trials, host a private race with friends, and participate in racing leagues created and run by the community. With over 60,000 members, iRacing works in partnership with renowned motorsport organizations like SRO Motorsports Group to deliver virtual races based on the real-life Blancpain GT series. iRacing's Blancpain Endurance Series features team racing, giving members the ability to build a team and participate in races ranging from 3 hours to 24 hours. Additional partners include NASCAR, IMSA, V8 Supercars, IndyCar, allowing members to race in their very own 24 hours of Spa, Bathurst 1000, Daytona 500, and many more. iRacing.com, delivering the most authentic racing experience short of getting into a real race car.
Hello, we're back alive here at the Top Class Champ Car Series here for the Indy 500. Of course, from the famous Indianapolis Motor Speedway. As currently, Weekly looking to make the pass for second place around the 8 machines. You know, Schoolmeister will take that second place away. Currently scored 3 laps down behind race leader Justin K. As you see right here, he's already now led 103 laps. He's coming across the finish line. Dominant performance by him, of course. Started all back in 10th position, but take 0 off of that. That's where he's been running with most of this race, so. Is currently kind of just cruising at this point. So only 4 cars left in the event, as 5th place, the 77 machine is put it behind the wall after I guess having some connection issues. So she's currently right there in chat. You can see him. Appreciate everybody watching here and sticking through all the way through. Got some nice diehard LCTV fan. As again, really long race, longest race we've ever had here on LCTV. 500 miles with Indy 500, of course. As next time by, I'll mark 60 laps to go here. So, across the finish line, 60 laps to go now from Indianapolis. We're going to just turn the laps. It's this number 3 machine. As the Scoot Keeper is still behind, Scoot Meester is currently still behind the number 11 machine here. So I'm not sure if he's trying to save fuel in tandem draft or what, because I saw him pass him pretty easily earlier when he decided to make a pit stop way later. So I'm not sure what exactly the strategy is here, if it's to save fuel or what. But honestly, it doesn't make much sense to me because he's lost so much time trying to save fuel that it's not even worth it. So I'm not quite sure what's going on there. Hopefully we can find out after the race. But interesting, weird strategy for sure. As currently, you only have 4 cars on track. So Weekly did a nice job. Kept this car clean. Currently stayed in P2 in that GoDaddy entry. 3 laps down in second, but still running nice, strong, and clean. So doing a nice job. We now go on board with your race leader here, Justin K. And so see right now, without the draft, they're going 235 miles an hour almost. Now going 222 is the max speed they're going before hitting turn 1. So big speed difference in the draft or not being in the draft here. Not that far away from completing lap 150, which would put him at only 50 laps to go, of course, which would be 3/4 of the way through the race, so that'll be in 3 laps here. But currently, three lap lead over second place Kale Weekly for Justin K. Is about to put third place Daniel Schoolmeister 4 laps down now, along with fourth placer the number 11 Machine. About to put him 6 laps down. See right here the speed difference right there. We're gonna try to work his way around this lap traffic. He does not want to take himself out. That'd be the worst thing he could possibly do at this point. So he has a huge head, and I've seen him. I'm sure trying gonna put Daniel 4 laps down, and the Machine 6 laps down. Well, what's going to do now to go under another quick commercial break, but don't worry, right back.
The car behind me is my Chili Bowl midget, the one that I won the Chili Bowl with. And what's interesting about that is it's actually the car that iRacing scanned that's going to be available to all the iRacing members out there.
The yellow flag is out. Pit road is now open. Keep your eye on those gauges. We'll give you 4 tyres. 3, 2, 1, now. We're done. Get going.
Trouble's at a second place. Number 12 machine of Kale Weekly. He was 3 laps down in second place. And had some had something go wrong here. Try to figure out exactly what happened to that number 12 entry. At second place is going to knock him out of that spot as I feel like what happened to him here. Again, he was in second place. As, So out of second place, looks like he just, turned hard left and put it into the inside wall. Not quite sure what happened there for the number 12 machine, but he'll, looks like, Stanford Road trying to get some repairs done and whatnot, but it is night pretty much now. Daniel Schoolmeister back into second place, still 3 laps down, however. And then third place, number 11 machine. And that is Errol Gura Jr. Currently in third place, 6 laps down, so. Oh, the 8 machine now has issues. What's wrong with him? Very, very slow. Now gonna go 5 laps down. Is that? I can't. It looks like the left front wheel has some sort of issue there. No, that doesn't look like it. No, man. Pretty sure what's wrong with it. Now currently going 4 laps down. I'm completely sure what exactly is wrong with that number 8 machine. It's just way off the pace. He's kind of struggling on the racetrack right now. You see there just in, oh, wheel disconnected. That's what happened to number 12 machine, Kill Weekly. Tough break for him. And he's officially out of the race. Only 3 cars left in the race. Into the 4-lap gap between first and second place. Absolutely crazy how this race has turned out here. It was still 41 laps to go. So come around, as he comes around this time by, it'll be 40 laps to go now from Indianapolis. I see the troll machine on pit road. There's the 8 still suffering on the racetrack. We're very slow on off pace for some reason. So currently Justin K is still up front here. And you see 8 machine backing up to the 11. Actually looks like he backed up to the 11 to draft with him. So get very interesting strategy. I'm thoroughly confused by this, but he's gonna back up to him there and continue to draft with him. As we're gonna take you under another quick commercial break here. Or not necessarily quick, but another commercial break here. Look away, you won't miss a thing. Side by side coverage.
Introducing a whole new form of racing to the best online racing simulation in the world.
Keep your eye on
This
those
is dirt
gauges.
racing
We'll
on
give you full
iRacing.com.
3, 2, 1, now.
Race online at some of America's most legendary dirt tracks, including Eldora and Williams Grove. iRacing is the premier online racing game featuring NASCAR, IndyCar, sports cars, and now World of Outlaws, the leading sanctioning body for dirt racing. iRacing is easy to use and features a centralized ranking system to make sure you have the best experience at any skill level. With a massive inventory of high-precision laser scan tracks and cars with an unmatched dedication to quality and detail, iRacing gives you the most authentic online racing experience available. Thanks to iRacing's dynamic track system, developed specifically for dirt racing, tracks change over the course of a race, just like your favorite dirt track on a Friday or Saturday night. From a slick racing groove all the way up to the cushion, iRacing's dirt tracks deliver non-stop racing action. Partnered with the World of Outlaws, iRacing is your source for the most authentic dirt racing experience available, featuring 4 brand new tracks and 11 new cars, including street stocks, Legends cars, late models, NASCAR trucks, winged and non-winged sprint cars, with much more on the way. Join the Dirt Revolution on iRacing.com and start slinging mud today.
My name is Stephen Corpenos. I'm a senior web developer here at iRacing, and I work on the beta UI. It's funny because iRacing has been around for 10 years, but we want to keep delivering the best possible user experience to our customers, and we've found that the old UI isn't exactly what we're trying to deliver in 2018. We want to use new features and provide the best possible experience when using the sim. One of the projects that I've been working on is some custom heat racing configuration for hosted races. We've been listening to our customers. Everyone's been asking for custom heat races. Maybe you want to tweak a few things with the preset iRacing configurations. Well, now you can using the beta UI. So once you're at the home page of the beta UI, you just go to create a race. Then from there you go to your set race options. And you'll notice here under event types you can actually choose heat racing. First, I'm going to show you how to create a new format from scratch. You can choose the number of entrants. And as you can see, when I made that change, the change was actually reflected on the right side in the graph. Also, you can use the estimated duration at the bottom of the graph when you're changing the length to see what the total duration of your event will be. In addition, you can customize every aspect of the session information, practice, qualifying, heat races, consolations, and of course, the final feature race. Because the beta UI allows us to develop features that are robust and complex, this feature will be exclusively available on the beta UI. Once you've made all of the changes, you can hit save. Say you forgot what you selected. You can always preview it using the preview format button. We are very excited to release the brand new heat racing configuration feature that will be available in Season 3 of iRacing.
I'm back live here at the Top Class Champ Car Series here, live here from Indianapolis Motor Speedway. 25 laps to go. As race leader Justin K currently has a 4-lap gap over second place. The 8 machine of Daytona School Meets you see him right there. There's his drafting partner 11 right there with him, so he's probably going to back up to him, and they're going to draft together. As just 20 laps, this is the number 3 machine. He's now turning a lap here. 24 laps to go. He's currently out front. He's already led 143 laps here from Indianapolis. Dominant performance by him. And we're at that finish line. 22 to go now. This time by. So we'll get a race summary here. 178 laps completed, 22 laps to go. We have 12 lead changes, and the cautions, of course, is as we heard earlier, there's a problem with the caution flags on. For some reason, RC did not have cautions enabled, even though it was enabled for the session. So that's unfortunate for everybody who kind of got caught up in accidents or anybody kind of fell behind, but at any point. So tough break for them, but 4-lap gap between first and second. Proves how fast this number 3 machine is. Next time by will be 20 laps to go. So 50 miles left of the 200, or excuse me, 500. Yeah, power steering issues. As up ahead of them, the 8 machine got ahead on pit road. Daniel Schoolmeister out of second place. He'll make kind of pit stop here. Gonna knock him back to 5 laps down as the car goes up. Change the tires, put fuel in it, and he's gonna roll back out of his pit stall here. Here you see the number 11 machine here. Ariel Gura Jr. Currently scored in third, 6 laps down. As now here comes, oh, maybe not. Fake pit road. So now I have 18 laps to go here from Indianapolis. As no real threats right now, except for the racetrack itself. The number 3 machine, he's not in any lap traffic, so pretty much smooth sailing for him. He's going to come around this time by, gets the 16 to go, along with 150 laps led here in Indianapolis. Pretty dominant performance again by this number 3 machine, Justin K. Only 34 laps he's not led here so far in this one. So 5 lap gap in first and second place. There's an 8 of Daniel Schoolmeister currently in second place. All by himself. With just 14 laps to go here for Indianapolis. So how much longer? We have 10 laps to go here for the 3 machine, Justin K. So you see number 11 machine right there. This time, Bobby, 9 laps to go for the number 3 machine, Justin K. Eight laps to go now for the number 3 machine. As he continues to knock off these laps, we're going to go on a quick commercial break, the final commercial break of tonight's broadcast. We'll go right back.
iRacing.com is a sim racing game that combines a true-to-life racing experience with an online community of virtual racers from all over the globe. iRacing offers a multitude of officially licensed cars and tracks, laser scanned with millimeter accuracy. Their car models and mechanical systems are based on real-world physics and engineered in cooperation with manufacturers and race teams. iRacing's web-based interface allows members to compare stats and test drive any combination of car and track instantly. Their skill license system ranges from rookie to pro, ensuring members are always pitted against those with similar skill sets. Members are able to sign up for a weekly race series, compete in time trials, host a private race with friends, and participate in racing leagues created and run by the community. With over 60,000 members, iRacing works in partnership with renowned motorsport organizations like SRO Motorsports Group to deliver virtual races based on the real-life Blancpain GT series. iRacing's Blancpain Endurance Series features team racing, giving members the ability to build a team and participate in races ranging from 3 hours to 24 hours. Additional partners include NASCAR, IMSA, V8 Supercars, IndyCar, allowing members to race in their very own 24 hours of Spa, Bathurst 1000, Daytona 500, and many more. iRacing.com, delivering the most authentic racing experience short of getting into a real race car.
I'm back live here at Indianapolis Motor Speedway. There's 3 laps to go for race leader Justin K in the number 3 machine. He's now led 163 laps on his 2.5 mile rectangle. He's got a 5 lap advantage over second place Daniel Schoolmeister, so already guaranteed the victory here. His way into turn 4 now, and off turn 4 he goes. There's just 2 laps to go here from Indianapolis. Comes off of turn 4 here. 1 lap to go here from Indianapolis. He's now going to lead 266 laps here. There's 2.5 miles around for race leader Justin Kay, as he has absolutely no competition from behind and a 5-lap advantage over second place. The 2.5 hours of driving here in the race alone, not just to mention practice and qualifying these guys have done. Probably over 1,000 miles. And just this one racetrack, it's gonna make you get kind of in a rhythm and just kind of drive you nuts sometimes. But he's gonna work his way off turn 4 here for the final time. And just coast across the finish line. As he is going to win the Indy 500 here. Justin Kay. Justin Kay will win in dominant fashion. So he's going to do a cool down lap here. In second place, Daniel Schoolmeister finishing second, 5 laps down. He's going to coast to a stop here, looks like. Hardest donuts. So, celebrating on the front stretch, and he definitely deserves it. But a dominant performance by the number 3 machine here. Going to do some donuts right off of turn 4 on the front straightaway. Burn him down here in celebratory fashion. Justin Kay picks up the Indy 500 win here for the Top Class Champ Car Series. Looks like that'll do it here for tonight's broadcast. Unfortunately, it does not look like we have any interviews to do. Nobody's currently in the channel, so it's been unfortunate there. But appreciate y'all watching here the top class Chip Car Series here live for the full length Indy 500. As that looks like it'll wrap things up here tonight. So appreciate y'all watching here. Longest broadcast ever here on LCTV, 2.5 hours. But these guys are gonna wrap things up. Just okay, down at 4 and 5 laps ahead, but make sure you tune in just less than an hour. I mentioned earlier Stephen Gale will be broadcasting. That isn't false, since this race ended a little bit earlier than honestly expected it to. So I'll be broadcasting that with Stephen Gale commentating. So be sure to tune in for that at 8:30 p.m. Eastern. So only in 40 minutes. And then, of course, Tuesday night, T-Bar Truck Series. We missed last week, of course, because of the fact that lack of viewership. Unfortunately, this week should be Motorsport, so we're going to see if that goes through or not. Thank you guys so much for tuning in, and we're going to see you all next time. LCTV, signing out.